Mexico. This ranch of 36,000 acres is called the Lodge at Chama. Your host, Wayne Pearson, and guests Dwight Evans and Rob Liebert are in hot pursuit of big game. So let's get straight to the action with Dwight and his guide, Pat Carpenter.
A short drive inside, we got out to hunt. After a short walk, we saw some does, and we stopped, since it was early, to glass them. And we saw a buck come out and walk through this little draw. And right behind him was a bigger buck, and then a bigger buck. And so finally 5 came out, and the 5th was the biggest. And we decided, since it was the first morning, even though he was a nice one, to move on and hunt further.
Went up there a little ways and jumped 6 more bucks. There were some 3x3s and 3x4s and maybe a couple 4x4s, but still nothing that I thought we should take the first morning. So I still knew this place I wanted to get to see if these other bucks were there.
So we started up to the high country. We got to a good location, and we were going by a pretty thick grove of trees, and we saw a really high buck in there. But in the trees, we really didn't get a good look at him. In the bottom area, we saw 2 really, really nice bucks. In the process of hunting them, we had to find openings in the ridge that they were walking up. And so finally we saw the big antlers in an open. And so just knew that any second when he was feeding, that he was going to pick up his head and walk into the opening. So I was ready, had the shooting sticks ready. I was ready for him to do that. And at the last second, just before he stepped out, another buck walked in front of him. Then I didn't have a shot, and they went over the ridge.
Hey, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot.
That afternoon when we returned to hunt, I really wanted to go back and look for that big buck we saw in the morning.
You know, Dwight, this morning, those 2 bucks we saw this morning, were right down in here somewhere.
Yeah, they were headed up that ridge.
They were headed up that ridge right there. So
how far do you think they would have gone before they bedded down?
They could have bedded right there. They could have moved up a little more. You know, it was early this morning, so
we got to be ready.
Know.
They could be anywhere.
Be anywhere in here. Yeah.
And they were nice.
We just need to ease on down here. Keep our eyes open and just ease down a little bit, and see what we see. I wanted to hunt the same area where we'd seen those 2 bucks, but I wanted to come in from above them this time, so I did. Before we got down to that ridge where we saw them that morning, we jumped 4 good bucks. Dwight, here's a 3rd buck right here.
Yes,
right here.
He's closer to us.
He's below that heavy horn buck. He looks like a good buck.
He's got deeper forks.
Come here, buck. Come here, Dwight. Sit up right here. One of these has got to be a shooter. One of these has got to be a good buck. Let me look them over again. Okay. They ain't going nowhere. Okay. The buck where we first saw, he's the heaviest buck. The buck to the left,
yes,
he's a buck. He's a little bit wider, but he doesn't have the forks. That buck does, but this buck right here by us, has got the better forks and decent width. I think he's the better buck out of all 3 of them.
Okay, why don't we select him?
Okay. Dwight, he's gonna go broadside. When he goes broadside, take him.
Okay.
Good shot. You got him. He's hit good. He's hit good.
But he's going down.
He's going down. He's right on that ridge. He just went down. He just tipped over right on the ridge.
Right there, yeah.
He's a good buck. Good shot. Good shot. Good shot.
Put down a good one.
Good shot. Let's go look at him.
You know, after I'd shot the buck, I saw him go down, but he started walking up, and we only took a few steps before we saw those antlers.
Look at these forks.
Yeah.
Look at those forks.
Yeah, deep.
Nice buck.
After the break, Pat gets double duty as he takes host Wayne Pearson on a New Mexico mule deer adventure. Outfitters Almanac is brought to you by Southern Link Wireless, a Southern company. Maglite, the professional flashlight. By the Southern Company, energy to serve your world. By Bass Pro Shops, the great outdoors, pass it on. and by the Outfitters Association of America. Welcome back to Outfitters Almanac. We're at the Lodge at Chama in northern New Mexico. Before the break, guide Pat Carpenter took Dwight Evans on a mule deer adventure. Now, Pat gets double duty as host Wayne Pearson steps up to the plate to tackle the mountains of Chama, New Mexico on a hunt for muleys.
This is probably my third hunt with Wayne. Enjoy hunting with him a lot. He's a heck of a sportsman. I've hunted elk with him. I've hunted turkeys with him. Had a heck of a turkey hunt with him last spring. Really enjoy hunting with the guy. Anyways, we came up on this area and jumped some small bucks. And come to find out, there was a couple of real nice bucks with them. There was a real heavy 3x4 and a real nice 4x4. And Wayne and I put a little stock on them. I told Wayne to get a little ahead of me and see how close he could get to him.
And when they finally came behind those trees, they were 25, 30 yards. Perfect archery shot. And believe me, if I had my bow, both of them would have been tremendous trophies with a bow. But again, they were both young, and with a gun, I decided to pass them and let them grow up. And next year, somebody come out here and take a really big buck if those make it through the season. I know they will.
See, most of these deer we see all summer long. I guide fishermen, I guide elk hunters, I guide turkey hunters. So I know what's on the ranch. I told Wayne, I said, you know what, I want to go check out an area on the south end of the ranch that's been holding some deer. Look, Wayne, we got deer right here. Look.
Got a bunch of does feeding right there.
A bunch of does feeding down here in the bottom. Look.
What's that up on the left?
Look,
right there?
these are bucks. We got bucks in there.
You got two bucks bedded down there, it looks like.
That buck above is a nice buck.
The
upper buck is a nice buck. You look at him, when you get down here, look at him.
I'll tell you what to do.
He's a
Let me
nice
see
buck.
if I can make it to right there, that
He's a
cedar
nice
tree.
buck. Get up here
Hold
in
that
front
right
of
here
you.
for me a second. Fine.
He's in there. He's still there. He's that buck. See the buck below, down low? He's a buck right above him.
Yeah, I see him.
Well, he ain't going nowhere. He's still there.
He's laying right there. I tell you what, I'm gonna take him.
Go ahead, whenever you're ready. You got him.
Man, oh man.
He's a nice buck.
He's
a nice
Let me
buck.
tell you something. This is a shoot machine right here,
Yeah,
buddy.
it is. That buck
Unbelievable.
never got up.
Never got up. Well,
a
normally I'd wait, but I'm gonna tell you what, he's down good. Let's go on in there
Let's
and
go
get
on
him.
and look at it. Wayne took a good shot. Buck never even got up. Had a great hunt. Enjoy hunting with Wayne. I love my job up here. I love guiding for this place. It's an awesome place.
Oh man.
Hit him good too.
Look at
Up
that.
there.
Yeah.
Got good mass.
Up next, a step back into Chama's history.
Are you an ultimate outdoorsman? Here's your chance to find out.
Just like the 12 lucky contestants in 2005, we're now taking entries for our 2006 Ultimate Outdoorsman Search. Could you be one of 12 contestants chosen to compete as a host on a segment of Ultimate Outdoors with Wayne Pearson? Well, it's easy to register. Just send your name, address, and daytime phone number to the address shown. Be sure to tell us in 50 words or less why you should be an Ultimate Outdoors host. Or go to oaoa.net and register online.
Find out if you have what it takes to be an ultimate outdoorsman.
Welcome back to Outfitters Almanac. We're at the Lodge at Chama in northern New Mexico. Guest Rob Liebern and guide Jaime Ortiz hit the hills in search of mule deer. But before we do that, let's take a look at Chama's historic railroad.
What you have behind me here is the old Denver and Rio Grande Western. It originated out of Denver in the early 1880s. And their mission was silver mining. So many people have been on the Durango Silverton, and that's an extension of the same line. They chose to do a narrow gauge line, as you can see right down here. This is narrow gauge as opposed to standard gauge. So it started out in the early 1880s, took a little less, about 9 months to build. It's an engineering feat. The DNRGW filed for receivership in the mid-1960s, and the governors of Colorado and New Mexico got together along with a lot of concerned locals and said, let's buy this. So the states of Colorado and New Mexico actually bought it in the latter part of the 1960s for $550,000. All the rolling stock, 10 engines, and these are all Baldwin locomotives. So we have 64 gorgeous miles. They go up from the San Luis Valley in Antonito, Colorado, up over the San Juan Mountains into Chama Valley. And it's absolutely gorgeous. San Juan Mountains are the very southern tip of the Rockies. You're going to get views and scenery, and if you like trains, you're going to love this one. My heart is in it. I never believed that I would fall in love with this kind of railroad, but it's in my heart now. I love this place.
Let's catch up with Rob and Jaime as they start their hunt.
The first morning we just went out in glass, and we spotted this pretty good bunch of bucks, like 7 or 8, and seen a good one in there, but something spooked them and they went into the oak brush and we couldn't get a shot at them. So later on we kept moving and spotted this other buck up in the horizon.
After looking at it and looking where it was, we decided it was an unsafe shot. That ridge, behind the ridge, was the town of Chama, and it just was an unsafe shot. We decided not to. So we waited, and we waited to see how the buck would move, and we actually started to move on, and out of nowhere the buck starts running right towards us. It was a pretty interesting experience there.
The next morning we went back hoping to run into the same buck. We spotted him and we got set up. We were just about ready to take him, but our shooter didn't feel that good about it.
The ground we were on was a little unstable. I had to do it pretty hurried to get set up, and I just didn't feel comfortable. There was an opportunity, there was a small window there, and I didn't want to make a shot and wound the animal.
The bucks kept moving and got into the oak brush, so we finally left him and went up to the high country to hunt some more.
What we got here, Jaime?
Yeah, we've been seeing it open up right here. We've been seeing some bucks through here, so let's glass it around good. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there something moving through there, Rob? Kind of looks like a buck. He's moving up a little bit through there. He's coming right there, Rob, behind the tree. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Put him on, put him on. Yeah, the minute he stepped from behind the tree, take him. You got him.
I got him.
You sure did. You sure did. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations. We'll go look at him. Good shot, Rob.
Thank you.
I think he's somewhere around this way.
It was thick to see through this
Yes,
oak
sir.
brush. There he is.
Yeah, nice one. Yeah, sure. 4x4. Congratulations, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nice broad tines, yeah.
Let's load him up.
Yeah, let's load him up. We'll load him up and go back to the lodge, yeah.
Get some lunch.
Yeah, sounds
All
good.
right,
I'm hungry,
sounds
man.
good. Thank you,
Yeah,
Jaime.
yes, sir.
That was a great morning.
Yeah.
Dwight is at it again, but this time it's elk. Next on Outfitters Almanac. Today's message on environmental conservation and restoration is brought to you by Southern Company, the Southeast's premier energy company. The longleaf pine forests are a vital part of the entire ecosystem of the southern U.S. A variety of wildlife depend on the longleaf pine for habitat and survival. When forests become cluttered with brush, the pines do not flourish, which requires prescribed burning to eliminate the unwanted brush and debris. These control burns are an efficient way of promoting healthy longleaf pine-friendly forest. The burns are highly technical and require ideal weather conditions to assure optimum success. District Ranger Earl Stewart explains more.
In essence, the importance of prescribed fire is basically to keep the forest stands open, allow the natural ecology of the system and the vegetation to come up, and really try to shift it basically to that's more conducive to wildlife and both plant and animals throughout the system. It's important to shift it back to where it's open, it's got a grassy herbaceous understory, and last but not least, also important to public users so that they have an forest that they can enjoy.
The Longleaf Legacy Program is a multi-year effort to restore the longleaf pine in the South. It's a joint effort of Southern Company, the National Fish and Wildlife Federation, and other partners. Southern Company Representative Jessalyn McCurry explains their role in this effort.
Talladega National Forest received a grant from the Longleaf Legacy Program to restore 1,000 acres, and the prescribed burn we've seen today is part of that restoration effort.
Wise management practices such as these prescribed burns are another example of ways we can help protect and preserve our wildlife and the habitat that sustains them. Giving Mother Nature a helping hand ensures an abundance of wildlife for future generations. Outfitters Almanac is brought to you by Southern Link Wireless, a Southern company. Maglite, the professional flashlight. By the Southern Company, energy to serve your world. By Bass Pro Shops, the great outdoors, passing on. And by the Outfitters Association of America. Welcome back to Outfitters Almanac. We're at the Lodge at Chama in northern New Mexico. Guest Dwight Evans is back in the mountains with guide Jaime Ortiz. They have spotted elk from the valley, and they're heading up the mountains for a closer look.
Dwight, this meadow up here,
Yes.
is where we spot those elk from the bottom.
Yeah.
Let's get up there close and hopefully we can get a shot.
Okay. We got to go through those aspens.
Yes, we'll go by those aspens and sit right there.
I guess we better move before it gets dark.
Yes, sir, we sure. It's getting late.
And so we hiked in, saw a nice bull there, but with all the cows there, a couple of them saw us, and so they moved on. I can't get a shot from here. We need to move up.
Let's go.
And so we decided to stay in that area because we heard some other bulls bugling in the area, and so we kind of set up at the edge of the aspen.
That one is bugling really good.
He's a big one, I believe.
Yeah, he's the biggest in there. He looks pretty good and he's bugling good. And let's get set up and
Should we go ahead and set up?
Yes, go ahead and get the sticks on and get ready for the minute they come down, you take a shot.
Okay.
He looks good.
He looks good. Okay, he's by himself now.
Go ahead. Hunting with Dwight, we had a lot of fun and I'm glad it paid off. He's down, man.
Yeah, I think he's a nice one too.
He's a nice one too, yes. I'll go down and bring the truck before it gets dark.
Okay, I'm gonna go up and find him, and so I'll be up there with the flashlight when you get up.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So Jaime went back to the truck, drove the truck up so we could shine the lights on him, get a good look at him there, get him loaded, and bring him back to the lodge.
Real nice. I like the fact that he was bugling good.
Yeah, and he was chasing off the younger
Yes, sir.
bulls. And He's a dominant bull.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Become a better hunter. Log on to ESPNOutdoors.com. Welcome to Outfitters Almanac. We travel to the northern New Mexico mountains to the lodge at Chama. Today, your host Wayne Pearson tackles it all, from chasing down a bull elk to throwing lead at blue grouse and finishing it up out on the water. Of course, Wayne will not do this alone. Guest Guy Reardon, B. Wallace, and her daughter Lisa Fincher join in the action. There's no time to waste, so let's meet up with Wayne and Guy and Pat Carpenter as they head into the mountains of New Mexico.
Well, the first morning hunt, I told the guys we needed to get out there a little earlier because these bulls, they move up on you. Got over there and where I thought the bulls would be coming up. Sat down a while and sure enough, here they come, but they didn't quite come to where we thought they were going to. They came off to our right a little bit. Not really any shooters in the bunch, but it was exciting to have them right there on top of us. And there were some other bulls further to the right that one decent bull we thought was pretty good, but didn't have no shot on him because we weren't positioned just right. So that pretty much ended that morning hunt. My plan for the afternoon hunt, it had been warm during the afternoon, so I knew there'd be elk coming to water. So I decided we'd go to a place we call Bookout Lake. Good area. I knew we'd be sitting all afternoon. I wanted to get there about 2 o'clock in the afternoon and sit till dark.
Pat had gone out early, he and Guy and some others, and they had scouted an area from Lookout Point and had seen 14 different bulls in an area. And there was 2 lakes over here, so we chose to set up on another lake. They had a blind set up, some folding chairs and everything up in the oaks. Man, I appreciate you bringing these chairs.
Yeah, we set these up earlier.
Setting this up.
Nice and comfortable.
Well,
we're going to be sitting here for a while. Most likely.
This could be a must right here, bro. I'm telling you. You bring anything to snack on?
Comfy?
Yeah, man.
Got us some sunflower seeds.
Neat. Sitting right here. Good. Where do you think they're going to come from?
Wayne, it's hard to say, but we probably got elk bedded up in this timber up here.
Okay.
And we know we got elk bedded up in this high timber up here.
Okay.
And this is one of their main water sources right here. So we should see them.
This is the real deal.
They can come in from any direction, you know.
Behind us?
Behind us, any direction.
We started looking, and I looked over, and here he come over the dam. And Pat looked at him, and he says,
looks to be about a 320 class bull. Pretty nice bull.
That one I shot last year was bigger. Going more than 320.
Wayne, this bull's bigger. He is bigger than that. This bull will go 330, 340.
He's going to the right. Maybe he'll come on around. No, he's gonna wallow. Golly, that's the first time I've seen that before. I'll be daggone. He's gonna go down there and just wallow. I think I'll shoot him there and get him real good and muddy.
Yeah, thanks.
Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shoot him when he comes out of the water.
When he comes out, Wayne,
he comes out.
He goes broadside.
He comes
broadside.
out. There he goes. There he goes. There he goes. He's walking off the dam. He's walking off the dam. You better cow call to him.
Good shot. Good shot. He's hit hard. He's hit hard, Wayne.
He's going down, buddy.
Yeah, he's gonna go down.
He's going down.
He's going down. He's down. He's down.
Let's go to him. He's there.
Let's go get him.
Do this. He hit the cow call and he stopped him, and I made the shot. And I'm glad I did. The bull was 6 by 6, and he's gonna score between probably 335, 340 bull. Got good splits.
Coming up next, hunting has become a family affair with guest Bee Wallace and her daughter Lisa Fincher. Outfitters Almanac is brought to you by Southern Link Wireless, a Southern company. Maglite, the professional flashlight. By the Southern Company, energy to serve your world. By Bass Pro Shops, the great outdoors, pass it on. And by the Outfitters Association of America. Welcome back to Outfitters Almanac. We're at the Lodge at Chama in the mountains of northern New Mexico. Guides Pat Carpenter and Charlie Cockrell have a day out with the ladies. After taking a large bull last year, Bee Wallace has turned hunting at the Lodge at Chama into a family affair by bringing her daughter Lisa Fincher out to hunt elk. Lodge manager Frank Sims tells us why guests come back year after year.
Well, the ranch is a destination resort for world-class people looking for world-class sporting opportunity. It's owned by the Hickory Apache Nation, one of the dominant Indian tribes here in the United States. Has the world's largest private elk herd on it, 30,000 acres of state-regulated wildlife. We've got a world-class fishery. Our commercial kitchen is state-of-the-art, providing high-quality meals. We've got a gift shop with high-end luxury items that many clients like to take home with them. We do have a weight room. We've got a jacuzzi for people who just want to relax, and high-quality privacy exclusivity. That's the name of our game.
Let's catch up with Pat and Bee.
I think Pat had a plan since I hunted with him last year, and I had told him that I would like to take a larger animal than I did last year. So he had, I think, kind of planned to take me to the turkey feeder. That's not as difficult as some of the areas because you have to walk up a steep hill, but the area is a little bit less challenging than some of the high mountain area, you know, because I'm not a spring chicken, and so I can't go running around the mountains.
Bee, these elk are starting to move.
Yeah, I see
Those
them.
2 bulls are coming
I
down the
see
hill
'em.
right there. They're starting to come this way, so we may get a chance.
There's some nice ones
There's
in
some
there.
nice bulls in
Yeah.
there. Bee, here comes a big bull. Here comes your bull. Here comes your bull.
Okay.
Here comes your bull.
Yeah,
Look at the tops. Look at the splits, Bee.
I see him.
Get ready. Get ready. Take him.
He's down!
He's got him. You got him. He's hit. He's hit hard. You got him. You got
I
him.
think I got him.
That's a good bull.
I just can't imagine a woman having any apprehension about going hunting. I have a daughter who is passionate about hunting as I am. I said, wouldn't it be wonderful if we gave Ray and Lisa an elk for their birthday?
Well, knowing where all the other guides were going, I knew that they'd stir up some elk and bring them over a ridge, and sure enough, that happened. There was one shot fired, and we was pretty sure we knew, you know, who it was, and we really located a really, really nice bull. But he also saw us, and he kind of took a little different escape route, and make a long story short, he kind of gave us a slip. Just below where we spent the morning is a big, long draw that I've hunted in there in years past, and we've got I think, a pretty good game plan. Being it was so warm, I felt pretty sure those elk would filter down that draw. It's kind of like a funnel, and there's a ridge. You can kind of hunker down in the oak brush, and animals don't seem to even look up there.
It was hot, and first heard antlers. We thought there might be some fighting, but it was an elk thrashing a tree, and he was there for a long time, probably 20, 30 minutes, and he finally came out, and he was a nice bull, but not a taker. And then we happened to look up, and we saw a bigger one just above him. Charlie said, you know, he's not bad, so I put the gun to him and looked at him and debated. So I pulled the trigger, and down he went.
7 by 7, man, he's a big bodied rascal. Beautiful punch, nice tray. Drop that off a little bit, we ain't gonna worry about that.
Coming up next, Wayne and guest Guy Reardon hike the roads in high elevation, searching for bluegrass.
Are you an ultimate outdoorsman? Here's your chance to find out.
Just like the 12 lucky contestants in 2005, we're now taking entries for our 2006 Ultimate Outdoorsman Search. Could you be one of 12 contestants chosen to compete as a host on a segment of Ultimate Outdoors with Wayne Pearson? Well, it's easy to register. Just send your name, address, and daytime phone number to the address shown. Be sure to tell us in 50 words or less why you should be an Ultimate Outdoors host. Or go to oaoa.net and register online.
Find out if you have what it takes to be an ultimate outdoorsman.
Welcome back to Outfitters Almanac. We're at the Lodge at Chama in northern New Mexico. The state's game commissioner, Guy Reardon, has caught host Wayne Pearson having too much fun. So they join up for a hunt for blue grouse. Guide Pat Carpenter knows where the birds are. They take a hike up a high mountain road.
Our grouse hunting up here, it's good. We got a lot of grouse on the ranch. Get up here in these old logging roads and stuff like that and work them, and just get out, and you'll usually, the grouse up here, you'll usually be covered up. You'll see, sometimes you'll see singles, but usually you'll see 2 or 3, 4 birds.
Okay. Guy, he's right up here. He lit that tree.
Yeah, he's right up in that tree.
But it's gonna be your shot. You take him now, because I got a blind side right here on him.
Okay, I got him.
Your bird. All right.
Good shot.
Good shot. Do the deal, buddy. Big old blue grouse.
That was a big old grouse, wasn't it?
Man alive. That is unreal.
Good
Super
bird.
deal.
Well, I'm glad I hit it instead of missed it.
Would the pressure be on?
Pressure's on.
There you go.
You know, I haven't grouse hunted a lot in the past. Always interfered with dove season and had to make a choice. This weekend I made a pretty good choice. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got feathers. You got it.
He went down right over there, Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right down there.
You see right where he went?
Yeah, I think so.
Can you get him for me?
Think so.
All
Good
right,
shot.
buddy. Old Pat turned out to be a pretty good bird dog, hasn't he?
Well, I tell you, that dog's picked up his scent. He just has.
That dog's earned his chow for this evening, hasn't he?
I tell you, we were kind of worried about him at first.
I was a little worried about it. Man, oh man.
Pat,
Thanks,
he's talking
buddy.
bad about you. But
Yeah, what's there?
he's talking bad about you, but I'm protecting you.
Wayne's a good guy to be with. He's pretty laid back. Guys are about the same way. He's fun to kid around with each other a lot. And pretty good shots, though. I couldn't give them no grief over their shooting, so we had a good time. It's fun being with them.
On the right, real nervous.
Yeah, I see
He's
him.
gonna probably go early. I got him.
You take it.
Okay. Good deal.
There you go, buddy.
All right.
There you go, buddy. You're fine. There you go.
That's the way
There
to
you
do
go.
it.
There you go. There
What
was 3
are you
birds
talking
there.
about?
There was 3 birds.
3 birds there. Woo, thanks,
is that?
Pat. There you go, buddy.
There you go, Bubby. Got your tip again. Your tip's back in play.
Oh, yeah. You know, the unique thing about these birds right here, you can pattern them. What are they doing out here on the roads like this?
You know, I think they're probably chasing this gravel. Is what I think they're doing.
Just like other birds,
Just
they're
like
getting
other
it in
birds,
their
they
craw.
must be getting it in their craw or something, because that's where we're finding them. I mean, we're catching them right on the edge of the forest and the road. But anyway, this is good.
We got
good
one more
stuff,
bird
buddy.
piece, buddy.
One more piece. That's all we got to do.
To end the day, Wayne and Guy hit the water to trick some trout. Outfitters Almanac is brought to you by Southern Link Wireless, a Southern company. Maglite, the professional flashlight. By the Southern Company, energy to serve your world. By Bass Pro Shops, the great outdoors, pass it on. And by the Outfitters Association of America. Welcome back to Outfitters Almanac. We're at the Lodge at Chama in northern New Mexico. Your host, Wayne Pearson, and New Mexico State Game Commissioner Guy Reardon end the day with laid-back trout fishing. But first, Guy tells us what it takes to be a game commissioner for the beautiful state of New Mexico.
You know, I've been blessed. I've been out in the outdoors a lot, and you listen to the other people that are in the outdoors. You've got your sportsmen out there, and they have their opinions and their side of things. You've got your ranchers who spend a lot of time out in the outdoors, and they have their own private property, and they're out there with wildlife, and they make a significant contribution. You've got to listen. We all don't have all the answers, but we have to use good common sense with science. I think New Mexico is probably the best resource, our game, our fish, that we have maybe in the entire United States. We need to protect the resource. It's a renewable resource as long as we take care of it. And I think we can use it for future generations. But we just have to use good common sense when we're out there and when we're setting our game and fish rules and regs. Don't hurt the resource.
We came up here to Charlie's Lake, and I tell you what, when I looked out on that mountain up top up there and I saw it down below, and I was just chomping at the bits to get here. I mean, it's the most beautiful setting the good Lord's ever made. We finally get to come to a place like this, and you can tell I'm having fun. Look at that, got it. Oh yeah, hit it right at the boat.
Nice fish, nice fish.
Did he? Look at
Boy,
that,
was that a nice fish.
Man, that was a good
Look
fish.
at that fish.
Oh boy, did he hit it. I'm telling you, he nailed it. Yeah, I loosened my drag a little bit because he's a really big fish.
Yeah,
I got real light line on here. When I say he's a big fish, he's...
Get mine in here real fast. He hit it right at the boat.
Look there, look at that, look at that.
He hit it
Is
right
he running
at the boat.
line? No, I'm not going anywhere with this fish.
No, he just keeps running that line.
Look at that, he's gonna jump, he's gonna jump. I thought he was coming up then. I'm using an ultralight with about 4-pound test line. So I don't have a lot there. I want to look at him. There he is. Oh, look at that fish.
Beautiful fish.
Look at that. Oh.
Oh yeah, it's a nice fish. That is a nice fish.
He ain't got all the fight out of him
No,
yet,
he
guys.
doesn't. Let's see if we can just
Look at
ease
that.
him over there.
Is that not awesome?
Oh, boy,
What
look
a
at
deal.
that fish.
What
Look
a
at
deal.
that fish. Look how big
Oh,
that
look at that,
fish
look at
is.
that, look at that. It came
Look
out.
how big that fish is.
It came out, it came out.
My God. Right
I got
there,
him here.
John.
I got him here.
Dip him in the water there. Let's see. Well, guess he got
There he
away.
goes. Go, buddy.
He's
He
doing
swam
fine.
off.
He swam off. Good.
Man alive.
What a big fish that was.
And as long as we'd have a good overcast moment, the fish were nailing it. Boy, they were hitting it. We caught some really nice fish.
I know Wayne, I'm hip to him. He's out there, I'm telling you, he had me out there working the net the whole time, never gave me time to fish. Kept asking me, Guy, how many fish you got? Well, I can't catch fish if I'm out there catching his.
We need a little bit more cloud cover.
Well, I think it's about ready to come in.
Looks that way, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Fish?
How many fish you got?
Oh, yeah. My man over here is wearing me out now. Getting on to me about catching all these fish and watching. Didn't have to catch fish to have a good time. It was all about being out on the water. It was about seeing the beauty of the lay of the land, the changing of the leaves and the terrain, and the water's crystal clear and it's ice cold. And I mean, I was looking for a bear to come down or a big old elk to come down anytime. You know, never saw it, but I was looking. Yes, indeed. See if
Beautiful fish.
Hold him up here a little bit. Hold that right there.
He jumped nice.
Didn't he ever? Can you hold
Nice
that net
fish.
for me?
I got it right here.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, isn't it pretty fish?
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Become a better outdoorsman. Log on to ESPNOutdoors.com.